What's up, kids? Welcome back to another Dave Cave Dave review. I'm Dave, coming at you from the Dave Cave, and tonight I'm having a look at the McFarlane Gold Label Collection, DC Multiverse, Lucius Fox, and Tumbler from the Dark Knight trilogy. Yeah, man, got this guy in the house all the way from Hong Kong for your reviewing pleasure, folks, and I'm going to have a long, deep look at this guy tonight. That's right, I'm taking it long and deep in the Dave Cave, guys, and Jesus Christ, where is this intro gone already? It's devolved, guys. It's getting dirty. So I'm going to have a look at this guy tonight, guys, and let's start with the box here. So the front of the box here right now, this is not a product shot here, guys. This is like a render, but it's kind of rendered in like a comic booky art style. Now, I'm really liking this compared to what I've seen on social media. I think this looks a hell of a lot better than some of the other sides of this box because, yeah, it does kind of look like it's you know, like it's comic book art there. Lucius looks especially great there. You can't see any of the you can't really see the articulation in his joints, but you kind of can hear where his arm is bent. You kind of see the bits where the articulation should be in the knees, but for the most part, he just looks like a sketch kind of thing. So yeah, that's a really nice touch. You can see the weapons cache there, and the tumbler looks great there as well. Now, having a look at the top here, I think this is a actual product shot. You can see some of the weathering on the edges there, some of the scrapes that the tumbler's received, and yeah, you can see all the articulation points on Lucius here, as well as the weapon cache again. Now, let's have a look at the back, which I think looks absolutely horrendous. This is one of the images that people are sharing around on social media, and I've got to say, it looks pretty bad. They could have done a hell of a lot better on this back end of the box here. That background just makes it look completely washed out and terrible, almost looks faded. And yeah, I mean, like, what was Lucius Fox doing there? He wasn't there in the movie, in The Dark Knight Rises, and like there's a lone gunman up the back there just all on his own. It's kind of random, guys. So yeah, they could have definitely picked a better background image. They could have put him in the Dave Cave, in the Batcave. They could have put him in the Batcave from Dark Knight Rises, or from The Dark Knight, sorry. You know, that kind of temporary Batcave that Bruce had there. They could have done that background. It would have looked nice and plain, but it wouldn't have looked as kind of drab as that. Now, over here, we've got Batman and Lucius sitting in the cockpit there. Sadly, I don't have a soft goods bale to put in the cockpit tonight. I've just got the regular bale with the plastic cape. So I'll try and finagle him in, see how he looks inside the cockpit, but I don't imagine he's gonna look all that great with that bulky plastic cape sitting underneath him. Lucius will fit in nicely enough. And sadly, I don't have any other soft goods soft goods Batman capes really in my collection. I haven't received the first appearance Batman yet, and my Skydive Batman is coming in that same shipment. So yeah, got this guy before all of those, so I figured I'd get this review done before worrying about that kind of a thing. So hopefully you guys will give me a pass on that. You won't see Batman in the cockpit, but you will see some other figures in the cockpit, as well as some comparisons and, you know, whatever else I kind of conjure up for you tonight. So now I've got to do all the YouTube stuff first, guys. Please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and drop a comment down below if you like my style, or if you disagree with anything that I say. Maybe you don't like that I'm taking it long and deep in the Dave Cave. Maybe you want me to take it short and shallow. Anyway, guys, that's enough from me. Without further ado, let's get into it, guys. Let's do this.
All I thought about is what
What do you think?
all I thought about is what my mom and my dad was gonna buy me.
Buy you? For what?
With all that money. With all that money. With all that money.
guys, I'm back. Now, with everything laid out on the table, I can honestly say I'm very, very happy with this purchase at first glance. Now, let's look at the accessories first. We've got the stand, we've got the trading card, very basic stuff there. We'll look at the hands in a second when we look at Lucius, but I do have one slight issue with the hands and the accessory that they've given us. Now, this weapons cache, it doesn't really add much to the set, but I can honestly say that this is going to look really nice on my shelf up there next to my Dark Knight figures. They really did a nice job with this, and the last time I had an accessory like this, I think was with one of the Mattel Batman Begins action figures, and yeah, there was an accessory just like this that came in the box with a I think it was a Movie Masters, like a special edition Movie Masters figure. So yeah, it's nice to have an accessory like this for 7-inch scale up on my shelf. Yeah, it is very hollow, but look, what were you expecting from just a nice little kind of bonus edition? I was not aware that we were going to get that until I saw the first review on the internet. I forget the guy's name, but go over and give that a look. It's nice. It's a nice quick look at the set, but yeah, that was a nice surprise, I have to say. Now, looking at Lucius himself, this guy looks absolutely sensational, guys. Getting him out of the plastic there, out of the box, I can honestly say that I was surprised with the level of detail. The likeness is absolutely fantastic. McFarlane really stepping it up with the head sculpt here. Compared to some of the previous movie figures, like, my goodness me, this is a freaking home run, man. They really nailed him. I really think that they got the, yeah, just all of the features just bang on. You know, you've got the trademark Morgan Freeman freckles there. He kind of has those like kind of softer features to his eyes there. They've got the tone of gray just right, you know, all the way down to the bow tie. The outfit looks fantastic. He really is an awesome figure. And yeah, no way is this guy just going to be like a chuck him in the box in storage figure. This guy's going straight up on the shelf, right up there with the rest of my Dark Knight figures. So yeah, absolutely stoked that this guy turned out this good. We'll do articulation in a sec. Now, as you can see, right out of the box, he does come with an open hand here and a hand that is holding an accessory here. I'm not actually sure what this could be. I don't think it's the phone that he hands over to the security there when he's meeting up with Lau. But yeah, I don't know. If you know what this could be, let me know in the comments. Could it be like the little sonar device that Bruce has in the heel of his boot there that he activates in Batman Begins to call the bats to help him escape? I don't know, but I know that over here, we do get another phone accessory, which is, I assume, is the phone that he hands over to Lau's security there before the skydive mission happens. Now, it's, you know, it looks like a little smartphone there. You can see the button down there, or maybe that's just the mold from the casting, but yeah, looks like a phone to me. And then we get 2 additional hands. Now, I find it weird that they've given us this tiny little phone that is going to be so losable, but yeah, they didn't kind of like attach it to one of Lucius's hands. Like, I guess you just put it in the spare hand like this, and there he is handing it over to security. But yeah, they've kind of included this kind of stuck to this hand, you know, so you kind of don't have a choice with this. And I'm actually a fan of the accessory kind of molded into the hand. They did that with the Disco Nightwing from the Nightfall wave, where Nightwing's kind of holding his little throwing star thing there. So yeah, I don't know why they didn't just like mold the phone into one of the other hands. You know, it's like, it's only slightly bigger than the accessory that he's holding, but yeah, I don't know. I guess they just want us to lose things to the carpet monster, it seems. Now, that kind of covers my thoughts on Lucius. We'll take a look at the Batmobile in a second. Why did I call it a Batmobile? It's a tumbler. We'll take a look at the tumbler in 1 second. Right now, we're going to do some quick Artic on Mr. Fox here, and we'll be back after that for the big boy. Peace. Alrighty guys, with the action figure out of the way, it's time to have a look at the headline act, the main man, the bitch of the bunch here, the draw card, the tumbler itself. Now, as you can see, that scraping there on the edges there looks quite nice. You can see a little bit of kind of scraping happening. You can see the silver underneath where the black has kind of scraped off from a bit of wear and tear there. That looks quite nice. These bits are painted in like a dull kind of gunmetal gold there, I guess you could call it. I don't know if that's an actual color. Call me out in the comments if I'm talking crap. But yeah, looks really nice on the side there, guys. These wheels are quite thick. There's a little bit of give to them on the edges there, but I don't think they're actually full of air or anything. I think they're just probably hollow out with a bit of a skeleton inside to kind of give them the appearance of, or give them the feel of like an actual tire. And they roll quite nicely, guys. Yeah, so I actually have a bit of a tilt on this table, so just to move the camera down. So yeah, I don't think I can leave it too far back, because yeah, it'll start rolling back on its own. So I guess that's a good sign there, guys. You got some good roll on them there. You kind of see the suspension inside there. There's not much going underneath it, guys. It's pretty plain. Let's have a look at that. Yeah, looking pretty plain underneath, but I mean, you know, you don't really need a lot of detail underneath. Now, pretty much the same on the other side, guys. You can see all the kind of scraping details here. Now, I would assume that they've probably done this just by applying the silver paint onto this, rather than, you know, scraping black metal off of the figure itself to reveal silver underneath. So it is a nice touch, and it does give the appearance of, you know, the metal have been kind of scraped off there. Now, let's have a look at the top here. Now, it looks really nice. You can see the kind of the flaps here, the kind of spoilers or whatever you'd call them. They all look quite nice, but to be honest, you know, there's not a lot of paint on the vehicle itself. There really aren't as many areas that you kind of need to apply paint to. I mean, the whole thing is supposed to just be, you know, jet black. And so, you know, paint has been used sparingly, but it totally works, guys. Now, on the back here, same deal with the rear tires. Feeling pretty sturdy there. You can see the treads in them. They look fantastic. The turbine looks great. These flaps here are feel like they're that plastic that will kind of bend but not break. And these kind of feel like it as well, but I probably wouldn't go twisting them too hard or letting it fall off the top of the shelf. Now, that's a worry for me, because I'm going to have to put my tumbler right at the very top of my DC Multiverse shelf, next to my DC Collectibles Batman Animated Batmobile and my McFarlane Batman 89. So yeah, it'll have to go up there, so hopefully it doesn't decide to roll off anytime soon, and yeah, kind of snap those little things off. So let's have a look inside the cockpit. Now, what I actually keep doing is, because I grab it at the front here, I keep pressing the cockpit release. So there is a cockpit release button at the very front here. All you need to do is press it, and that pops up. It's nothing like hidden. It doesn't feel as clumsy as the Batman 89 mechanic, but yeah, it feels quite nice actually. So let's lift the camera, let's go mobile, and let's have a look inside. Now, you can see there's plenty of room for two characters there. Obviously, the driver character is going to have to straddle the controls there, and yeah, the passenger's going to have plenty of space there for their legs. Yeah, I don't know if I can get too far in there, but it looks like there's heaps of room in there in the footwell, which kind of like, you know, that kind of fits, you know, because I guess, you know, there is supposed to be plenty of room down there for the driver to kind of like, you know, move forward into the space whilst holding the controls, so that the tumbler can switch to Batpod mode. So yeah, looking quite nice in there, and I don't think that I can see any. Ooh, there are some paint apps. Is that paint apps, or is that a sticker there? Let me see if I can focus on that. Looks like it might just be a sticker there, guys, but yeah, that's a nice little touch, because you're really not going to see that unless you're looking in from that angle. Like, it's yeah, you know, you might catch it from back here. Just see if that will focus. Yeah, you might catch it from back here, but yeah, it's quite dark, it's quite faint, so it'll be quite difficult for you to actually see it. So yeah, it is a nice touch that they've included that, but yeah, it doesn't look like there's actually anything on the steering wheel that I can see, or there is another sticker just below there. So yeah, guys, really nice touches there that they've added those, because yeah, you really wouldn't see them otherwise. Now, I can see a track down below. I don't know if you caught that, but kind of to the right there of the control stick, you can see a track that kind of moves that way and then moves into the front there. And I assume that's the little track that the controls kind of follow for bat pod mode. So what a really nice inclusion. Once again, something that you're really not going to see all that much, because it's kind of hidden. It is quite hidden. It's awkward for me to get my phone in to those spaces, so hopefully you do see it well enough. But damn, like really nice features inside of this thing, guys. Now let's have a look up the back there. Do we see anything up there? There's nothing really up there. It's just those two chairs, and yeah, alrighty. I'm gonna set the phone down. I'm gonna try and get Lucius in here and see what that looks like. So yeah, damn, those are some nice touches in there, guys. Really, really impressed with what they've given us there. So yeah, damn, this thing just gets better the more I look at it. All right, now I'm gonna have a look at Lucius. Oh, okay, gonna have to change hands because I want that phone out of his right hand there. So sadly, he's gonna have like quite an open hand. So yeah, I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to get him in holding those controls there. But yeah, there we go. You know what, like multiverse figures don't sit too well, I find, for the most part. Let's see if we can get that to focus there. Yeah, so I kind of find that my McFarlane figures don't really sit all that well. But yeah, Lucius sits fine. It's usually because of the diaper piece there. Sometimes it just doesn't allow for a good seated position on some figures. Like for example, I had the movie Black Adam with the throne. And man, just trying to get that guy to sit on the throne, super awkward. But yeah, you know, you've got so much space inside of the cockpit there that Lucius sits in there quite nicely. Now, I'm gonna get my Bale and see if he fits inside of that cockpit as well. But remember guys, I am using the plastic cape version, but I imagine it's not gonna work, especially because you've got that control stick right in the front. But yeah, I'm not holding out much hope for it. Bale actually looks like he can get into quite a good seated position. It's a shame I don't have the soft goods cape version for you to see, or the skydive, which I think would work just as well. But yeah, I just don't think this is gonna work. So let's have a look there, guys. And I think the cape is actually not that bad. It's actually, oh damn, here you go. All right, they're good. That's not too bad, guys. That is not bad at all. My phone keeps going out of focus now. That looks pretty good there, guys. Yeah, I mean, you just kind of squeeze it under him there, and it just kind of touches the bottom of the control sticks there, and isn't too much of a hindrance there. So I don't know if I have, if this Bale kind of came with another hand, but I can get one hand around the control stick there, and the other hand is a fist, so I'm just going to have to approximate there. And yeah, he looks pretty fantastic there, guys. I think that looks awesome. And sitting next to Lucius there, how cool is that? Let's get a bit closer with the camera. Yeah, looks rad. Let's see if the cockpit closes. All right, it does close, but yeah, I did feel it kind of press Batman's head down a little bit there. He is sitting a bit high because the cape is under him, but there it is, guys. Fantastic stuff. Yeah, all right, let's pop it open. And yeah, he's looking down. Sad Batman. But look, all you need to do is pop that up. And if you want to pose it with the cockpit open, I mean, you're not going to be able to see Batman inside there without it, but yeah, there you go. It looks fantastic with him inside. So there you go, guys. There's my look at the vehicle itself. That actually held a few surprises for me. That was actually the first time I was seeing it on camera with you guys. So yeah, that was really cool, kind of discovering those nice little touches that I did not notice were in there before. Let's have a chat there, boys. Having a chat to each other. Now, I'm gonna leave the Tumbler there, and I'm gonna come back with some comparisons. I'm gonna have a look and see how the Tumbler scales with some of the other vehicles in my collection. That's 7-inch DC Multiverse scale, as well as some of the other vehicles that I can scrounge from around the Dave Cave. See you then. Alrighty guys, hope you enjoyed my comparisons there. Hope you got a kick out of them. Yeah, kind of branched out from the DC Multiverse line there. Got some Black Series in there. Got some vintage collection in there with the Razor Crest. That was pretty cool seeing those two side by side there. And even got some Masters of the Universe with the almighty Land Shark in there. One of my favorite vehicles of all time. So what I usually like to do in my videos, guys, is I like to do a bit of lore, look at some comic books, recommend some books for those of you who might not know who the character is that I'm reviewing. Now, everyone knows the Batmobile, but the Tumbler itself doesn't really get represented in the comic books. So first up, I've got The Dark Knight Returns, which is pretty much, you know, the Bat Tank in this book by Frank Miller and Klaus Janson, and Lynn Barley, of course, kind of, you know, is where the Tumbler kind of originates from, I would say. So the Tumbler definitely does have its roots in this book here, with Batman driving a tank around the battlefield, taking on mutants there. So yeah, in that futuristic mutant gang. So yeah, old man Bruce there riding around in a tank definitely is, I think, in my opinion, and I would say in probably a lot of people's opinions, where the Tumbler kind of came from. Now, second up here, we've got Hush. Now, this is volume 2. This is my OG hardcover. These are pretty hard to come by these days. I have the Absolute up on the shelf there, but the Absolute is hard to capture on my little phone camera here, so I had to dig out my hardcover. Now, I forget which issue this is. I think it's 215. Batman and Nightwing. Look at that beautiful Jim Lee artwork there. One of my favorite covers of all time. I had this poster on my wall all through my 20s there. Yeah, I was a pretty cool 20-something year old. But anyway there, guys, we get Batman going back to the Batcave. Dick is there, looking amazing. Look at that incredible Jim Lee artwork. Jim Lee at his freaking prime. At the start of his journey with DC Comics there. And what we actually do see is this amazing splash page here with all of these Batmobiles kind of going all the way back to the beginning of Batman. So I'll leave that there. You can pause it if you want to kind of play Spotto there. You can see kind of Batmobiles from movies past and animated series past, even, you know, maybe even TV series past, all the way in the past back to 1966 perhaps. So yeah, one of my favorite splashes there, and something that I definitely think about when I think about iconic Batmobiles. Now, speaking of iconic Batmobiles, Batman and Robin, the deluxe edition, Batman Reborn. This is volume 1 of Grant Morrison and Frank Quitely's incredible run on this book. And in the very early pages there, we are exposed to Dick Grayson as Batman's brand new Batmobile while they're chasing, I think it's Mr. Toad there. So look at that, it's kind of like a hovercraft, it's like a futuristic thing, where the bat symbol is the windshield there. And just that incredible lettering there by Frank Quitely, the hush as it fires a missile. You know, the onomatopoeia there becomes the actual path of the missile itself. You know, it becomes the smoke and the fire from the missile as it shoots forward and blows up underneath the car there. So yeah, iconic Batmobiles indeed, and iconic Batman runs indeed. This is definitely a high recommendation. So yeah, just a couple of randoms there for you guys there. Yeah, I mean, in case anyone hasn't read Hush or Dark Knight Returns before, but yeah, just thought I would add some comic love into my Tumbler review there, guys. So yeah, see you in the next bit. Alrighty guys, we've given the Tumbler some love, but we got to do some Lucius comparisons as well there, guys. So we're going to see how Lucius scales with some DC Multiverse 7-inch figures, and then we're going to branch out a 7-inch and see how he scales with some 6-inch and some other random lines. Alrighty, here Lucius stands with the bank robber Joker and the Christian Bale Batman from the DC Multiverse. Now here he is with the Batman and Robin Poison Ivy and the anti-vax Shazam. Now here he is with the 90s Nightfall Nightwing and the 90s Robin of my youth, Tim Drake. Alright, now here he is with some other regular men, and being a DC Multiverse 7-inch scale figure, he kind of towers over the rest of these dudes. On the left we've got Stormtrooper George, Norman McKay from the DC Direct Kingdom Come line. We've got Marvel Legends JJ, and we've got Stan Lee, and up the back there we've got Jack the King Kirby, steel boxed from the NECA Mirage Studios TMNT line. Haven't unboxed him yet, but I'm gonna. You better watch out, Stan, he's coming for ya. And here he is with some other randoms from my collection. We've got the Marvel Legends Angel over here, the Motu fan favorite Triclops. Over here we've got Leonardo from the Jim Lawson 4-pack by NECA. And on the right, everyone's favorite new god, the handsomest boy, it's the Jack Kirby's New Gods Light Ray from DC Direct. Alrighty guys, so that's it. That's my review for Lucius and the Tumbler. Now overall, I really got to say I can't fault the set on too many points. Really, any gripes that I have are quite minor. In regards to the Lucius, that sculpt is really just surprisingly good. That head sculpt just, yeah, really impressed me. You know, the accessories are nice, the little additions are nice. We didn't need the little phones, we didn't need the weapons cache, but we got them, and yeah, nice little touches there, but really impressed with the figure. And as for the Tumbler itself, I really can't fault it on too many points. You know, the sculpt is on point, the paint is just right, and those extra little features inside the cockpit just impressed me and surprised me. So yeah, I got to give it to this set. You know, it really takes it. Much better than I thought it'd be, and yeah, definitely a step up for McFarlane. It feels like maybe they're upping the quality on some of these figures. I wish we'd see it a bit more across the board. I'm not here to shill for McFarlane, because I do have my issues with them, especially in regards to their pricing. I might do a video on their pricing, you know, the way that they price in between their lines there. You know, you've got the standards, and then you've got the collectors and the digital, and you know, I really don't see the value between some of those lines. I don't see why we have to pay more for collectors than we do for you know, the standard releases, when I really see a lot more value in some of these standard releases than I do the collected editions. But you know what, I really do see the value in this set, and I'm giving it the DAVEcaveDAVE thumbs up of approval. Pick it up, guys, if you want to. Yeah, hopefully it's still available for you out there in the US. I'm not sure if my guy in Hong Kong still has it. If you really want to give someone some love, though, you can head on over to Fet's Hideout Toys and Collectibles, proud sponsor of this video. Go buy yourself something nice at Fet's, guys. Use the code DAVECAVE at the checkout for a nice little discount that cycles every month. Buy yourself something nice, guys. You deserve it. You freaking deserve it, guys. You're awesome. Alrighty, that's enough from me. Please remember to do all the YouTube stuff, guys. Like, subscribe if you haven't already. Do notifications and whatever if you want. Just show me some love. Help me grow the channel. Hopefully you like what I'm doing here. You're vibing with my style and you want to see more of me. Alrighty, that's it from me, guys. I'm Dave, coming at you from the Dave Cave, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.